If you are in or near Ucluelet on British Columbia's Vancouver Island, and you want to go on a relatively easy yet beautiful nature hike, may I recommend the Wild Pacific Trail Lighthouse Loop. This 3.1 kilometer loop has incredible views, very little inclines, and a magical feel. Stay tuned for more. When talking about the Wild Pacific Trail, I'm actually referring to a much larger, longer trail that spans 8 kilometers, starting by an area called Ancient Cedars and stretching to the tip of the Ucluelet Peninsula. There are 3 portions to the trail: the Ancient Cedars Trail, which is a 1 kilometer loop, the Big Beach to Rocky Bluff Trail, a 5 kilometer one-way stretch, and the Lighthouse Loop, which is what we will be talking about in today's video. So we're going to do part of the Wild Pacific Trail. It's actually this big, long, red line that goes all the way here. But we're actually just going to do this Lighthouse Loop here. Because it's only about an hour long, we can handle that. Before you begin the hike, take a moment to read the safety info on tsunamis and large waves. It is a thing on Vancouver Island, so just be aware. That's a dead end? Then here we go. We are starting on the Wild Pacific Trail Lighthouse Loop. We're just doing the Lighthouse Loop. There's no way the kids, or really me, let's be honest, can do the entire Wild Pacific Trail hike. So let's go do the loop and check out the Amphitrite Lighthouse. The forest that surrounds the trail is beautiful, filled with unexpected and unusual sights. Skunk cabbage, it's huge. Like, look at one leaf is like massive.
If you look sideways, it's a letter S.
Yeah, letter S.
But if you look upward, it's Seuss's own tree.
Vancouver Island is considered a rainforest, and you can totally tell while you're walking down this trail. The trees are huge, there's moss everywhere, lush undergrowth, definitely rainforesty. Along the path, there are several outlooks that peek out onto the Pacific Ocean, into an area known as the Graveyard of the Pacific. This rocky shoreline has been the undoing of hundreds of ships in the past. My kids made it a point to try and see the view from every single lookout point. And there were many. There's a ton of memorial benches along the pathway. So if you're a fan of the ocean and you like looking out of the ocean, this is a great place to get a memorial bench for your loved ones. We finally made it to the Amphitrite Lighthouse, the reason why the trail is called Lighthouse Loop. We did occasionally see people off the trail down on the dark shoreline rocks. I can see how it would be tempting to climb down onto those black rocks and go exploring and tide pooling,
but it's also really clear how quickly that tide could come in and trap you or sweep you away in a giant wave. So I understand why there are a ton of signs warning you against doing that here.
And while the trail is mostly flat, there are parts that are steep or have stairs. So keep that in mind if you have a stroller or use a wheelchair. What was advertised as a 1-hour hike ended up taking us nearly 2. But that's because we hit up every single lookout point and memorial bench, explored each tree bridge or set of stairs, no matter how random, and just enjoyed what the trail had to offer. It was a lovely way to spend part of our day. By the time we were done our hike, we were starving. And all that reading about shipwrecks led us to choosing this incredible pizza place for dinner. Shipwreck Pizza is located at 250 Main Street. It's a small establishment, but their food is incredible. We all gave it 2 thumbs up. So if you find yourself in Ucluelet, do yourself a favor and hike the Lighthouse Loop. It's a gorgeous way to get some exercise and get out into nature. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to let me know by clicking that little thumbs up button, leaving a comment, or even sharing it out on your social media so it gets more views. Thanks to all of my returning subscribers for your continued love and support. I truly appreciate you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love it if you did. Click that red subscribe button and the bell icon so you get notified whenever I publish a new video. Happy travels, everyone!